Madlang people, let's talk about love. Or more specifically, let's talk about the end of love. You know, the part where you're left crying into a bucket of ice cream at 3 in the morning. I've been there so many times, I should get a loyalty card. My list of exes is longer than the credits of an epic movie, and each one has a story that ends the same way, with a third party. It's like a teleserie, but the budget is low, and the lead actress, yeah, that's me, of course, is always the one left looking pathetic. I've collected so many heartbreaks that I could probably open a museum. The Museum of Sawi, featuring exhibits like the unsent angry text and the shirt he left behind, that I still smell sometimes. It's a never-ending cycle of falling in love, getting cheated on, and then vowing to never fall in love again, until the next cute guy smiles at me. Why does it always end with someone else? Is there a sale on partners that I don't know about? A buy one get one free promo on relationships? It's a question that keeps my therapist employed, Charot. But seriously, the pain of being replaced is a different kind of hurt. It makes you question everything. Am I not enough? Am I not pretty enough? Is my humor too much? You replay every moment, every fight, every sweet nothing whispered in your ear, trying to find the exact point where it all went wrong. It's an emotional autopsy where you're both the detective and the victim. It's exhausting, and the worst part is, you don't even get paid for the emotional labor. You just get a broken heart and a newfound trust issue. Moving on is a struggle, an uphill battle on stilettos. People say, just forget him. Oh really? Is there an off switch I don't know about? It's not that simple. Your heart is stubborn. It clings to memories like a stage mother to her child's star. You see his favorite food, and you remember your first date. You hear a song on the radio, and suddenly you're back in his car, singing off-key together. These little things are like emotional landmines, ready to explode and ruin your perfectly good day. It feels like you're haunted by a ghost who doesn't even pay rent in your head. The process is slow, messy, and involves a lot of sad songs and dramatic window staring. So, you try to rebuild. You put on your best outfit, slap on some confidence-boosting makeup, and tell yourself, today is the day I will not cry over that good-for-nothing. You go out with your friends, you laugh, you dance, and for a moment you feel free. You think you finally turned a corner. But then you get home, the silence of your room hits you, and you realize you were just distracting yourself. The healing isn't in the noise. It's in learning to be okay in the quiet. It's about facing the sadness head-on and telling it, okay, you can stay for a while, but you're not the main character here, I am. That's the first step, my friends. Acknowledging that the show must go on, with or without him. After my latest romantic disaster, I had an epiphany. A brilliant, revolutionary, and slightly crazy idea. What if the problem isn't them? What if the problem is the system? The whole one and only concept. Monogamy. Maybe it's outdated. Maybe the solution to getting your heart broken by one person is to have many people to begin with. So if one leaves, who cares? You still have a backup. And a backup for the backup. It's like having multiple internet providers. If one goes down, you just switch to another. No downtime, no buffering. Just seamless, uninterrupted love. It's the ultimate anti-heartbreak insurance policy. This led me to my grand life plan, my magnum opus of romance, the Polygamy project. My goal is to collect partners like their Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. By the time I'm 30, I want to have at least 100 boyfriends, a Joa for every mood, one for deep talks, one for karaoke nights, one who's good at massages, and one who just looks pretty standing in the corner. By 40, I'm aiming for 1,000. I'll need a spreadsheet to keep track of their birthdays and favorite colors. And by 50, 1,000,000. I'll be the queen of a romantic empire, so vast and powerful that no single heartbreak could ever topple it. It's foolproof. Think about the logistics. Jealousy would be a thing of the past. How can you be jealous when you're also busy with 99 other people? There would be no time. You were with him last night? Yes, darling. And tonight I'm with Joa number 78. And tomorrow, I have a brunch scheduled with Joa number 23. My calendar is packed. It would be a beautiful, chaotic, and well-organized system of affection. No more waiting by the phone for a text. If one doesn't reply, you just text the next one on the list. It's efficiency. It's productivity. It's turning romance into a well-oiled machine. Who needs the one, when you can have the many? Of course, some people might call this idea insane. They might say, Vice, that's not love, that's just collecting people. And to them I say, maybe you're right. But have you ever tried crying over one person when you have 100 others sending you good morning messages? It's very difficult, I imagine. It's a radical solution, born from repeated pain. When the traditional model keeps failing, you have to think outside the box. Or in this case, think outside the couple. It's my defense mechanism, my witty comeback to a world that keeps telling me one person should be my everything. Well, what if my everything is actually 100 different people? It's a thought, right? Every time I fall in love, there's a war that breaks out inside me. It's the ultimate showdown, Utak versus Puso. My brain, the logical and sensible one, acts like my strict mother. It sees the red flags from a mile away. It tells me, girl, he hasn't texted back in 6 hours. He's not busy, he's just not that into you. Abort mission. My brain keeps a list of all the past hurts and warns me not to make the same mistakes. It's the voice of reason, the one that tells me to run for the hills when a guy says, my ex is crazy. It's practical, it's smart, and it's usually right. But do I listen? Of course not. Because then there's my heart. My heart is a hopeless romantic, a Marapak queen who believes in fairy tales. It sees a cute smile and immediately plans the wedding, picks out names for the kids, and imagines growing old together. My heart ignores the red flags, convinced they're just festive decorations. It tells me, maybe he's just really bad at texting. Give him a chance. The heart is an optimist, a gambler that's willing to bet it all on a feeling. It's the one that makes you vulnerable, the one that makes you forgive things you shouldn't, and the one that gets shattered into a million pieces when things go wrong. It's a beautiful idiot, and I love it. The real problem is that these two are never on the same page. The head wants to protect you, while the heart wants you to be happy, and even if it's just for a fleeting moment. This internal conflict is the source of so much drama. You know you should break up with him because your brain has presented a 20-slide PowerPoint presentation on why he's bad for you. But your heart whispers. But remember that one time he brought you soup when you were sick? And just like that, you're stuck. You're paralyzed by the debate between what you know is smart and what you feel is right. It's a tug of war where you are the rope. So, who should you listen to? The truth is, you need both. You can't live a life ruled only by logic, that would be cold and empty. But you also can't let your heart run wild without any supervision. That's a recipe for disaster. The goal is to get them to work together, to become a team. Let your heart point you in a direction, but let your brain check the map to make sure you're not heading off a cliff. It's about finding that balance. Acknowledge the red flags your brain sees, but also honor the feelings your heart has. It's a delicate dance, but it's the only way to navigate the crazy world of love without completely losing yourself. After all the tears, the crazy polygamy theories, and the endless battles between my head and my heart, I've come to a very important conclusion. Maybe the whole quest for the one is a trap. We spend so much time and energy searching for another person to complete us, to make us happy, to be our everything. We put so much pressure on finding that perfect soulmate, that we forget the most important relationship we will ever have, the one with ourselves. The happy ending isn't about riding off into the sunset with a prince. The happy ending is about being happy with who you are, right here, right now, with or without a prince. The best way to move on from a broken heart is to fall madly in love with yourself. Spoil yourself. Date yourself. Take yourself out to a nice dinner. Buy yourself flowers. Write love letters to yourself. Become the person you've been looking for. When you are whole and happy on your own, you don't look for someone to fill a void. Instead, you look for someone to share your abundance with. You stop seeing relationships as a necessity for survival and start seeing them as a beautiful bonus, an accessory to your already fabulous life. Don't drown your sorrows in a bottle of tequila. Shower yourself with self-love instead. It's a much better kind of intoxication. This doesn't mean you should give up on love. Not at all. Love is beautiful. Love is fun. But it shouldn't be the center of your universe. You should be open to love, but don't be desperate for it. Know your worth. Set your standards high. Understand that you deserve someone who is honest, loyal, and adds to your happiness, not subtracts from it. And if someone cheats or doesn't treat you right, you have to love yourself enough to walk away. Letting go is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. It's you telling the universe, I deserve better than this, and believe me, you do. So, to all the broken-hearted madlang people out there, listen up. It's okay to be sad, it's okay to cry, but don't stay there. Your story is not over just because one chapter ended badly. The future is still unwritten, and it's full of possibilities. Maybe you'll find an amazing person, or maybe you'll have 100 boyfriends, who knows? But the most important thing is that you find yourself. Love yourself fiercely, unapologetically, and unconditionally. Because at the end of the day, the greatest romance of your life is with yourself. And that, my friends, is a love story that is guaranteed to have a happy ending. Ganda, right?